Everybody, Security Dave here, and today we're going to be setting up two-factor authentication on your Facebook account. So what is two-factor authentication? It's a combination of having something that you know and something that you have to protect your account, so that if your password, for instance, was to be compromised, which is the thing that you know, your thing that you have, which would be your smartphone generating codes, or your, if you were to have it set up to send you text messages, that would be your extra layer of protection to keep somebody out of your account. There are a couple prereqs for us to get started on this. We're going to need you to have a computer to follow along with the video, obviously, and a smartphone to set up the Authenticator application. So let's go ahead and get started. You'll want to start by logging into your Facebook account. I've got an example Facebook account set up here. So the other prereqs that we discussed, we're having a Google Authenticator app, or they recommend Duomobo as well. So from either the Google Play Store, you can go and get Google Authenticator, which is a free application. This will do the 6-digit code creation. You'll see here, when you go into the application, it'll add an account, and you can either scan a barcode or enter the key provided, and it will provide these 6-digit codes. Now this 6-digit code kind of acts as another password that only the person who is holding that phone or holding the device will have access to. So this will prevent somebody from knowing your password and then just proceeding straight into your account. If you have an iPhone, the same is within the App Store. This is the Google Authenticator here as well. And Duomobo is just another version of the same application. It does the same thing. There's a whole bunch of two-factor authentication applications out there. So if you have one that you're already using, you can go ahead and use that one. As long as it allows you to scan a QR code or the barcode, or enter the PIN that is provided. So back at the Facebook account, if you go up to this little arrow in the top right corner and go to Settings, sometimes Facebook does change their layouts around. So if it has changed since this video, just find the Settings page. And then on this page here, there's on the left column is a Security and Logon section. So as you can see, this is the Security and Logon section. It shows you kind of information about your account and the security settings. So the first thing that I noticed right away is that, it shows you where you're logged in. Now, if there's anything ever here that is not you, it should allow you to log out those sessions. You'll want to make sure that you recognize anything that's going on here. So, it says I'm on a Windows PC. It says I'm located near Seattle, Washington. And then, it shows that I'm active right now using Google Chrome as my browser. So, if you were on a device, if you saw an iPhone and you don't own an iPhone, that would be a good indicator that your account is probably already compromised. So skipping down, we'll go straight into the two-factor authentication, and it's this first edit box right here. So it'll ask you for a security code if you log in from an unusual device. Now, it will only do it for devices that haven't already been set up. So the first time you log in to, say, this web browser, and it doesn't recognize you, you've never logged in using this device before, it'll ask you for the code. So it won't ask you every single time on a known device. So just hit Edit, and it gives you the brief description of what two-factor authentication is. So yeah, as I mentioned, it says it will give you a code when it doesn't recognize the device, or it can send you a text message or use an authenticator app. So if you don't have a smartphone, setting up the text message using SMS for the code is better than nothing. People always talk about, SMS is not secure. Somebody could take over your phone. Just ignore all that nonsense. Basically, anything two-factor is better than nothing. So let's go ahead and get started. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use the Authenticator app, though. We're assuming we have a smartphone. If you'd like me to go through the process of setting up the SMS app, please just let me know. So I don't know the password to my Facebook account, so I'm just going to copy it from my password manager here. and I'll paste it in there. You have to reconfirm your password because if you were to walk away from your computer and your account was logged in, somebody couldn't come in here and change security settings without knowing your password. So it says choose a security method. On the left is Authenticator app, so it recommends Google Authenticator or Duo Mobile to generate login codes. If you have a favorite that works also, you can continue using whatever one that you're currently using, and you can also get a text message with the code. So let's go ahead and do the Authenticator app. So now it provides a QR code on the screen, which I'm going to blank out because you can use it to generate a code for your device. And then you'll open up Google Authenticator on your device. And you'll hit the scan a barcode. And you'll just kind of place it in line with the, you put the camera up to the screen to show the barcode on the left. Or if you can't scan the barcode, you can enter this. There's this Authenticator app code on the right-hand side, which is I'm also going to blank out because you could set up with my account. So after you've done that, your application should say Facebook and then the ID number of your account, and it will start generating 6-digit codes. So now when you hit next, it'll ask you for what code is on the screen. Now mine being the Google Authenticator app, I can show you what it looks like. It looks like this here. It says Facebook and then a parentheses ID and then a long number, which is your account ID, and then this little pie wheel right here. The little pie wheel is just a timer. So if you're near the end of time, you probably want to wait for it to fill back up. It goes from full to empty, basically, kind of rotating clockwise around here. So back to the Facebook page, mine just reset, so I'm going to enter the code that's on the screen and hit next. And now it says two-factor authentication is on. So now we've successfully set up two-factor authentication on a Facebook account. And that's pretty easy. You can certainly come in here if you needed to. You can turn it off. You can remove the application. You can add a new application if you switched phones or changed devices, that sort of thing. And then you can continue by setting up other methods as well. I hesitate with the text message just because I don't have an example to test it with. But for text messages, you just hit setup and enter your phone number. It'll text you a 6-digit code, and you enter it just like we did on the last screen, and it'll be saved on your account. Security keys, we would have to have a separate video for that. If you have any interest in watching setting up security keys, please let me know. But that would have to be a separate video because it's a little bit more in depth. And recovery codes. So these recovery codes are another additional step. If you were to, say, lose your device and you were, or say you were traveling, for example, is the example they use here. But I like to think of these as kind of the backup codes. If your device was to get, maybe it got run over, something like that, you'd want to have a backup for your phone. So we can do a setup on these, and it says use these codes for when you don't have your phone with you. So you can get codes, and I'll hit get codes, and it will show you a prompt of 10 codes that are single use. And when you log in with your password, one of the options will be, maybe you don't have your authenticator code. You can say other options, and you can use one of these codes. So if you needed new codes, it only gives you 10, and they are single use. You can just reshuffle with this Get New Codes button. And I'm going to blur out the codes down here because they're, again, sensitive. You wouldn't want to share those with anybody. You'd want to save them somewhere secure, maybe print them off and put them in a safe or somewhere secure, basically. You just want to keep them out of prying hands, because if somebody was to have your password and these, they would be able to get into your account. All right, and that does it for setting up two-factor authentication on a Facebook account. Thank you for joining me in learning how to set up two-factor authentication on your Facebook account. If you have suggestions for video topics, please leave me a comment below or email me directly. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks again.